everybody to some more Stoneshard. I am going to be setting up the things, and then we will run a new run, because I managed to kill us again in the previous run. And in this episode, the last run before the announced update of Stoneshard. Big update coming out. They haven't pushed the date yet. And so in 5 days, we're supposed to have the new big update. There haven't been a lot of devlogs or teasers, just not as many teasers as you would expect just before a big update. So I haven't heard anything, so I will assume that it is gonna happen. Gonna go and post the links. Yeah, and then we are just gonna dive right in. Continue. Oh, right. I was going in here to take a screenshot the other day. Play new game. Permadeath. Maybe I turn permadeath off for once. This is supposed to be practicing the build that I want to be playing on the launch of the update. This might be the first non-permadeath I do then for this run, for Stoneshard streams, which
Here I am.
it's
The caravan is gone. My leg.
the intent is still to run it as if it is a permadeath run, but if I do die, I would like to be able to continue and keep building. Ideally, we get to the troll and defeat it. So the build is Dervin with ranged weapons, focusing on bows, which I haven't done in forever. I did it with a long run with Dervin, where we got to the troll with crossbows and focusing entirely on crossbows. And I like bows better, and so it's just a bow run basically.
You can also ask the
But there's
about local events.
several layers to this. That is, I'm going to be doing a big stream. It's going to be on Thursday, the 24th. And until anything else is said on that Discord about the release date of the update, I intend to be streaming on that day when the update hits, and until we get, as far as I can go, and until, at bare minimum, I want to get to the new big town, Bryn. And so there's also a speed element. It's not going to be a speed run, but it's about getting there both alive and on permadeath and quickly. Because it might be at least 10 hours of play, right? And no dilly-dallying can be done in that end. And the opening, I'm pretty sure, it will be taking game into Distraction Shot. Because Distraction Shot keeps us alive, so that I don't die on permadeath. And that means also, by extension, since we are becoming really survivable, I can be a little bit braver with my moves in general, and therefore, what I mean is a little bit more aggressive, which hopefully should result in quicker battle resolution. That is the theory. Why am I going to you? Come down, yeah. We will go and loot the barracks. I will take off the hat because Derwin doesn't need it. He's got that long flowing hair. Of course, I'm biased. I like long hair. We don't need... Which one is it? The shield here is worth almost nothing. The hat is worth very, very little. The spear is worth something. And we drop arrows? And arrows are definitely worth some monies. But we should probably just keep these. Do, straw, no, and go. Let's check here. Oh, and a small announcement again, just to keep reiterating this. This is the second stream that I'm only streaming on Twitch. And so if you're watching on YouTube, well, you will know that this is not live. You can watch it. I'm going to be uploading it on YouTube after the fact, so that it is forever immortalized until YouTube one day finally shuts down. But I'm done with streaming on YouTube. YouTube doesn't like it when you stream to their channel, like to their site. And don't ask me why, but such is life. Welcome, Forgotten Star, to the stream. How are you, sir? How is the Netherlands? Are you holding up? We are having some corona resurgence here in Denmark, and I'm actually interested. You want to become affiliated? Yes, I would like to become affiliated. It's not like it is a milestone, I suppose, because when we get affiliated on the channel, on the Twitch channel, I can start doing some integration stuff. Like, most importantly, when I watch other Twitch streamers, which I've done a lot recently, you get this little bits counter that when people watch, they earn little points, and then they can use these points for fun stuff. And I think that is amazing. I know that's a very little thing, but when people watch my streams, I would like that to be a thing, and I can't do that before we are affiliated. So yes, that's the main reason that I want to. And there's also some other quality of life things that will unlock for me once I get to that point. Yeah. Another thing that I should point out is that we have 2 soft endings to the stream today. One of them is that I haven't slept in like 24 hours-ish. And yeah, I'm a little bit tired, so there's a chance that I suddenly cannot play anymore, and then the stream will end. The other thing is that my left wrist of all things, I think I'm sitting wrong with the hands on the keyboard here, and I never get like a mouse wrist or whatever it's called. Never. Like in my life, people always say, Keejchen, Kenneth, sit in a different way and sit like that, do careful of that, and I have never ever had trouble with it. Like once or twice in my life, and then it goes away. But over the last month, my left wrist has really started to ache, and today it got real bad. I just streamed Hades, and it got real bad towards the end of that one. And so now I put the keyboard down in my lap here, and I don't have to move my left wrist if I just hold it like this here. So that's another thing. In shared Discord and PM out, I'm working out for someone. Oh, okay. Okay, what am I looking at? I'm looking at your art. It's a mermaid dog? 2 mermaid/dogs. One is a merman. For someone, is it for a game? That looks interesting. And I mean, you're actually a pretty good artist. I don't know if I'm bad at judging art. I like yours. It's kind of simple, but it's definitely better than anything I've ever made. I see some potential here. Nice. Maybe you should do my channel art. I'm looking for someone to do some channel art for me. So maybe we should talk, Forgotten Star. What was I doing? I needed a quiver. Technically, we don't need a quiver, and I can go and buy that belt. Can I remember the name of it? It is called the Knight's Girdle. The Knightly Girdle. Got it. Almost got it. This is a leather belt. Go and sell that by the cloth merchant. It's Murdoch's Merpups. I don't know why the person wants it. Okay, are you you take commissions? That's pretty cool. Like, I know a few artists, or did at least way back, and I was always impressed by their art, and getting paid for that kind of thing must be like living the dream. So if you got that rolling for you, that's amazing, dude. You are living the life. Do we have everything? 3 healing cells and 3 splints. This was free. Okay, for one. He helped me, so okay. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I see how it is. That's good. I always think that free art, and that the same goes for any kind of product of love, is always better than any kind of product for money. So, or for friendship, or for whatever you want to call it, where you, as soon as money gets involved, it's always like a little bit more tricky. We're going straight south here, trying to also speed us along here. It's hard cash. All right, fair enough. No, like I'm thinking, because you know I use my channel art for the YouTube. It's on the YouTube. I'm still using that squirrel that is riding on a frog, which is an amazing picture. But it is technically, I believe, it is from Magic the Gathering. And so I think it might be a little bit copyrighted. And I have never checked. And I have never heard any complaints. If I had heard any, like, cease and desist, I would just immediately take it down. It's not that big of a deal. But I just don't really have any other art. So I'm kind of looking into, at least I'm asking around right now. Because I don't have a lot of money, I'll be honest. But I don't have a lot of requirements either. Like some sort of cutesy animal carrying like a sword and maybe wearing a metal helmet, and it would make my world the best. That's all I'm looking for. So that's as far as I've gotten with it for now anyway. Let's murder this bunny rabbit. Why did we not shoot here? Okay. Usually that would happen. Oh, is that outside my reach? Dang it. You'll live this day, Mr. Bunny. I'll get you next time. Ah, it puts the arrow into my inventory instead of into my hand. So I sort of lost track of how far south we've gone. If I hit the bottom of the map, then we've gone too far. You go too far, sir. Too far. I think it might be one more anyway. Oh, we got it. Perfect. Thug is spotted. Like that, what you just said, it's bullshit, it just gets screwed over. Like, deal is deal. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean my pitch, I can come up with something better. But like I said, I don't have a mind for art at all. I like words and text, that's my specialty. But that does not create cutesy little figures. Oh. Do I even have a melee weapon? Oh yeah, I took the greatsword, didn't I? Alright, good stuff. Let's use this. Come at me, sir. A fair fight, and we won. Lovely. All right. I mean, we don't have to discuss anything right here, right now. But I'll keep that in mind. We can talk about it. And of course, I will pay you if you end up creating channel art for my YouTube. Of course, there will be payment involved. That would be the deal. I would want something that is worth money. Is my thinking, right? I'm not expecting anyone to do that for free. What is this? I have never seen gingerroot in Stoneshard. So has there been a secret update that I didn't hear about again? Or have I never ever discovered a gingerroot before? What is the odds of that? That is probably very unlikely. Probably very unlikely. Words are... I'm smart. So what we should do here to min-max is to go and rest up here. For 10 hours. So that is 5 plus 5. Whoop. Voice chat PM. Or never focused that like I saw it a few times. Oh, you saw it a few times. Okay, well, I have never seen. I have a good memory for that kind of thing in games. Is whether I've seen a thing before. I have never seen gingerroot before. I'm pretty sure. I would remember that kind of thing. So it's definitely a first for me. It might be a really rare drop. It was in a chest, which is where we find rare objects. I forgot to sell the leather belt in town. We're already missing some min-maxing here. Oh, rhubarb, we need the food. Burdock, and I need to shoot an animal somewhere to make some free food, but no animals found yet. Yeah, we can voice chat about it. Any kind of art project. Got a lot of level 3 and 1 books of fire magic and never got a level 2 version of fire. Okay, well, that's fair. I don't think I've ever seen Geomancy 4 either. But I would think that that's more rare than gingerroot, right? Oh, get wrecked. He got immobilized and then dead. We need food, then water. Alright, next. Oh, we aggroed 2 of them here. I'm forgetting to use the distracting shot. Reload and then switch, so we won't be able to do both. And then we can go like physical resistance, sure. Just use those herbs. Meat-shaped arrows, good. Unidentified spear. Oh, that might be better than my... Yeah, it's definitely better than my greatsword. The base good and dark spear is a pretty good spear, and if it's magical, it's definitely better than the starting greatsword there. So that's nice. Equipment upgrade. Do we swing low? And then do that hop later? No, it's 2 tiles up here. I'm gonna go up and grab that. Get out the bow. Get the nettle here. Oh, we don't have gloves, so we take damage from picking up nettle. And no kidding. I mean, 1 damage is low. I guess it's mostly an annoying thing to pick up in real life, but most people who have like touched nettle, if it's what I'm thinking that it is, it's like it burns for hours, and I hate it. I went to like a forest or whatever kindergarten when I was young, and it was like we always went for walks in the forest, and this nettle was everywhere. I have very, very clear memories of being burnt by that so many times. Alright, this is where there is supposed to be a bandit, or like a point of interest. Deer spotted. Oh, we are close to this deer. Yes. Kill it, and it got immobilized. Haha. And we get deer antlers, which is actually pretty good. And more penny bun. Let us drop the puppy. Oh, okay. That's fine. I mean, these guys are not that scary. Come down here, switch, murder. Yeah, it'll be a fair fight then. Give me what you got, show me what you got, and he did not have it. Not enough anyway. We need the Falcon. Like, it's not weirdest thing, like nuclear... What? Nuclear Gandhi? Is that a reference? Oh, I get it. I get it. From Civilization. I get it. I think that's what you're talking about. So actually, funny story. I mean, I'm not sure that it's a funny story, but I know the meme, and I know that Civilization is that kind of crazy, but I've actually never seen Gandhi nuke anyone. The few Civilization games that I remember from back, I was always friendly with Gandhi, and so when that thing came out, I was like, what are they talking about? But apparently, it's something that a lot of people have experienced. Oh no. I did bad. I did it bad. Alright, maybe fine. I want a distracting shot again. Okay. Yeah, we shouldn't fight them fair and square here. It would potentially resolve in death. Do it here then. Why did it do it here instead? That's not better, so it's just silly. Okay, got one shot in on him. And another, okay. Oh, I'll be dodging. Go Dervin. We are out of arrows? The first stack already? Damn. Oh, I forgot to cook my food before, so let's go up and do that. Alright, yeah. So much for the min-maxing. Definitely already making some mistakes here. Huh. Well, good thing I brought the extra stack of ammo then. Oh, I leveled up, so we are doing double perception for the better ranged damage in the start. And I do believe... Oh, he doesn't have combat mastery unlocked at the start, right. So then we will go for ranged weapons in here, piercing shot, because we do want the suppression stance. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. There must be another wolf down here, but it's fine. Like 1 in 1,000 normal games, you can get it. Okay. Ah, you mean they patched the Gandhi thing? Okay, yeah. Such is the troubles of gaming, game design. Especially in a game like Civilization, it's hard to cover all bases. So weird things like Gandhi nuking everyone will happen. Let's see. Oh, we got Bison already. No way, Jose. Okay, so I went down and down. Right? Yes. So we should be... Yeah. We might be here. And the best way to find out is to go to the bottom of this tile. More bison. Yeah, so if if I can go down, then we are not at the bottom, obviously. And so this is the tile with the point of interest. Oh, that was a car, I think. I thought maybe I was hearing music. So it would have been the troll there if there was music here. That is just me being crazy. Can we get that? No. One shot. Ah, now I'm losing the arrow. Silly. Oh, they made it into an achievement? I have actually played Civilization in ages, no pun intended. Which I've been meaning to do on my channel as well. It would be a good game, but there's so many games that would be good to cover. And there's not enough time in the world to cover all the games. This is bad. So we are gonna have to go to the edge. I should have been distracting shotting more. Join me on the other side, sir. Okay, I think he must be the only one to follow. Indeed, so we can rest up. Come back in. Shoot. Go out. Switch. Okay. Oh, I should have waited. Okay. Silly. This is healing. Yes, and Henbane, Acrimony is healing. Burdock is healing. Alright, we're just eating all of these. Hunger resistance for ginger root. Nothing here. Does it remove being drunk? I gotta try that next time I come home drunk. I'm just gonna eat like a ginger root and see if I stop being drunk. I'm sure that'll work. Why did I do that? I need a tick of healing. Okay, we'll do it. Oh, we got second wind. Okay. Good stuff. So I handled that really poorly, but we won. Oh, and I wanted to pick up my arrow. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Speed is of essence. Another one without a chest in it. I am disappointed. Then we're going one northeast. And just east from there. So up to 24 is 7. And then 3 more hours. Total 10 hours for the rest. Then eat the roasted meat and drink the water. Again, if we can hunt a little bit more food, that would be nice. Another henbane. Good stuff. We are running through a graveyard on the way. Oh no, I think it's by the chapel, which is not a graveyard, so not a problem. Oh, this one can't miss, I think. Indeed. Oh, let's test the theory again. Yeah, didn't miss. Nice. So really good for hunting. Little dotty animals. We must have gone by the chapel already, so... Oh, here's a grave. Let's dig it up. Just a little bit more. Ah, got mud all over me. Damn, messed up my hands. That's how I imagine Dervin sounds, by the way. Ah, got mud all over me. Almost there. And then we got a copper candlestick. I'll take it. So now we might have bypassed the special location. But if I zigzag a little bit, there's a chance that we find it on this tile. No. Damn it, Keejchen. I'm not navigating well. Oh no, this is the special tile. There's not supposed to be a forest here, so it must be a special tile. Perfect. And it is the witch's hut. Alright. Perfect. Get water. Drink. Go inside. Get the potion. We will eat that. The witch's staff, we definitely want to bring it for selling. So now we gotta start dropping stuff. Get the hat, get the necklace, and a disenchantment scroll, which is actually worth a little bit of money. So let's eat this here, drop that, and then take it, and then we will hit the town and sell most of these things right away. Should we go up? No, we'll swing up this way after. Get out the bow. One more tile over. I think we're making pretty good time here. Like, this is pretty early in the episode still. Oh, we're getting attacked. Attacked! Alright. We mobilized him. Perfect. I'm forgetting to use my ability. Dervin is dodging everything like a boss. So, piercing shot. Aim. Distracting shot. Aim. Shoot. And then he got immobilized. Aim. Shoot. And death. Okay. And again. Aim. Shoot. Then he got immobilized. Poor guy. Always shoot for the leg. Then they can't be an if we hit them in the knee, they can't be adventurers anymore. And a reference as old and rehashed as time itself. What do you want to buy? Oh, he buys books at a high rate. Perfect. We can identify the potion here. Potion of ignition. Okay, what does a potion of ignition do, Keejchen? Well, dear viewer, it lights you on fire for 8 turns, which takes away about... We had 100 and something health, down to 71. About 30 health was lost. It's percentage based, which is fair to keep in mind. So if you have more starting health, it will do more damage to you. I would like to get... I'll just buy leaves here. But having multiple ammo types that is not a big benefit when you don't run a quiver, because you can't switch between the different ammo types easily. So that's actually bad by me. Come in here. We will in this chest drop the cloak. We will drop the antlers. We will drop... That's it. Yeah. Oh, I gotta sell the hat too. Oh, I don't think that the cloth merchant in this town can afford the hat. I think we have had that problem before. Let's find out. We have to repair. And then we would like to sell the hat. He does not have 78 gold, indeed. And I can buy the purse, sell it back to him. Oh, he doesn't want to buy it back. Sell the belt to him. Buy the belt from him. No, that doesn't even make sense. Damn it, now I bought that stupid purse. For nothing. Okay. Whatever, man. Oh, and my spear is broken. Gotta go and fix that. I'll sell the sword. We will get more for the quest in Osbrook. What am I thinking? Nothing. Come up here. He will buy the disenchantment scroll at a higher rate. Like so, and I'll buy another splint while we are here. Repair the spear. Oh, we can't because it's not identified. So back to the church, back and forth, back and forth. We also want to find out what the enchantment on my spear is, obviously. So, what is it? It is a barbed Gundark. Well, with extra bleed chance. That's actually really nice. Not a big deal, but it is nice. Sure. It's what I'm getting at is it's actually usable, contrary to a lot of other. Why can I not repair it? A lot of other enchantments. Oh, it is a metal object, but we couldn't repair it by the smith before because we hadn't identified it. Alright. Try again. Yes, success. Alright, then we will go to the tavern. Cook our food. That's one thing, and then we will put some stuff in the tavern. Also sleep here, so we need to buy a room real quick. Shadow of the night, 1 day. If I can make it back to Osbrook within 1 hour, then that is pretty good. That would be a new record, I think. So we are trying to do that right now. Sell the brandy. Off we go. Yes. Go, go, go. Making good time here. We're going northwest first. Get out the bow. And away. Devon ho. From here we need to go north. Get the handbag. Just in case. Oh, and another grave. Dig it up. Just a little bit more. Almost there. The soil is hard here. Just a little bit more. He doesn't have a lot of other voice lines, so basically digging graves with the hands is the only time I ever have to voice a character. Linen shirt, no. This is a special tile, by the way. So, what is it? It is the herbalist's hut. Alright. Here we find the... up in this hut, so that's the backpack. Alright. And the unidentified stuff here. Bloodletting Lancet is not worth a lot. Let's just go. Backpack on. This stuff isn't worth enough that I even want to put it in the backpack. It is one of the first things that will be dropped when we find other loot. Go, 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 Dervin, run! We're speed running. Okay. Now we need to go 1 east. Fleaward, Rhubarb. Penny button. All the free food. I think we just picked up a flyer Garrick, drop that one. So, here will be a special thing, and it is still a forest tile, so it's in the center. We need food. And what'll it be? This is the hospital, which means there's a shovel. No, this is not the hospital, this is the... I'm gonna call it the bandit lair. The ruined manor, I think it's called. Yeah. North we go. We are not doing this event right now. We are definitely way too little. I think actually Dervin with the distracting shot might be able to go in and grab the loot, and then when he comes out we can dodge the guys, the enemies, and not have to fight them, just run from them, and then get away with the loot that is inside the ruined manor. But I'm not 100% sure. You know what, that's a theory I might want to test. If I'm doing this in the stream, and if I could get away with that, because it'll be the exact same build. Oh, there's another wave here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and find... we're not playing on permadeath so that I can test exactly stuff like that. I want to know, can Dervin do that event and then live by just running away? Because we will get away with some pretty substantial loot if we do it, and that could be a nice little boost at the start of the run. Rod Galeri, welcome to the stream. Oh, my chat has died. Am I not streaming anymore? Oh no. Okay, it says on Twitch that I'm streaming. My restream chat has decided to shut off. Rockalary asks, will there be new items in the game? I don't think any items have been confirmed. I'm gonna quickly scan the teaser. Are you on the Discord, Rockalary? I don't think any has been teased recently. That was the equipment update. There are some. There's one specifically. Can I show that on screen share here? This one here, I'm thinking, is, I think, after the equipment update, and that is definitely, I don't think these are in the game yet. I'm not sure they are like confirmed for the update. Like same with these belts and these helmets here. I'm pretty sure these are not in the game yet. So, and these are, okay, these are definitely not coming in the next one, because these coats and ropes are tied to the elemental schools. Not the elemental, magic schools that are not confirmed yet. These armors, these armors have been added. Huh. Oh, now we can find these robes. Huh. I'm not so sure, but I'm pretty sure these things. I haven't seen any of them in the game anyway. Maybe I haven't been high enough level to find them. So, you are alive. Thank you, Rockalary. Yeah. So, the main thing for the update is the new map with the new big city, and then a ton of new enemies, new AI, new and all dungeons. Pretty sure it's all dungeons are getting completely revamped, and including what is coming later on the new map, but also the ones on this map are gonna have a complete revamp of the system. The AI, every enemy type gets a completely reworked AI. I'm pretty sure some enemies will like retreat from combat and stuff like that. None of this is like 100% confirmed. There's supposed to be some devlogs coming out, and there has not been a lot of deadlocks. So right now the general consensus seems to be that the update will be delayed, which if it happens, it happens, but so far it has not been confirmed that the update will be delayed. No word has been said on the matter since they announced the date in the first place. And so I am gonna go by the assumption that they're still gonna do it on time until I am notified otherwise. I think we can hit both of them with a little wiggling here. And then the other one died. Okay then. Come at me, sir. And then he died. Nice. Oh, no. No, mine is better than this. But this is Mancatcher. It's pretty expensive. I'll grab it. And these shoes are trash. And this amulet is for magic users, but it should be worth a bit of money. Oh, if we put food in the backpack, it cannot rot. In fact, if I put arrows in here, they won't do weird stacking, actually, so that's kind of nice. What else was it? Oh, right, in the backpack, golden amulet. Yeah, so I mean the update sounds great, and whenever it comes, it'll be great. It'll be grand. It'll be fantastic. Right now we are hoping, and I'm reserving the date for the 24th. That is on Thursday, and again, no time has been confirmed, but I'll be, when I'm awake and the update is out and I have made my coffee, I'll be turning on the stream, and then I will be streaming until I can stream no more. That is the plan, and that's what we're practicing for right now. This is the same run that I will be doing, same build with Dervin here. And to get to that new map and the new city in one sitting, in the one run on permadeath. Which might not succeed because permadeath, but I'm gonna try and try and try until I pass out. Ooh. And I can drink no more coffee today. So we are gonna try this. Oh, I should have shaken it. It's got some, I don't know what the English word for that is, but when stuff falls to the bottom, you're supposed to shake it around a bit like that to disperse it. I didn't do that, and so my drink here is probably not super perfect. It's fine. Cheers. Let's do this. So right now, oh, did I save? Yes, I did save. So we're not playing permadeath right now, and that is so I can test the limits of the build. And one of the things that I would really like to test is when I do this initial tour of the map, can I, with Dervin, go and grab the loot in this ruined manor? And get away with it. I don't think so, but I think there might be a chance if I do a little bit of wiggling. You know what I mean. I hope. I am rambling. We need to make space in here. How do we squeeze more in? Because it's gonna be pretty tight once I add the what's it called? Like it's a boar's head, something like that. Yeah, we're not gonna have room for it right now, so I'm gonna have to drop some more stuff. I'm carrying around a purse. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. There's a way to spare some space. Splint, Headbane. Yeah, fine. Down here we find what? These are worth not a lot of money. I think this staff goes then, because these are worth more. Still, one thing that I would like to see in the game is an enchantment on an item should make it worth more money. I find it really weird that magic weapons are worth exactly the same as standard weapons. It's a minor thing, and it's hard to put a price on it, and it's hard to make it balanced. I get it. So right now they've just gone with it adds nothing, which is kind of counterintuitive. And I think I successfully silenced that. Heck yeah. So I don't blow anyone's ears out. There's the boar head. Okay. We can fit it in. Oh, I can even save down here, but then if I can't make it out, then we're dead. Because you only get that one save. Can you have multiple saves in a non-permadeath run? No, right? How does that work? No, it only saves your most recent rests. Okay, so this is how I would go in and loot. Anyway, oh, you can loot this way. Geomantic treated 1. We can be a geomancer. Alright. So then, now the question is, can we get out of here? And the way we're gonna do it is, there's not so much really that I can do. Other than, I could drink or eat, no. We have full health. Alright. And then I didn't get the event, so now we can't test it. Lol. And so if I can't test it, I can't do it on the stream, because on the permadeath run, because now I haven't tested whether it works. God damn it. That one time. I have tried it once before, not getting the event, so it's not like a first time fluke thing. But it's pretty rare that you don't get the event. Whatever, we'll take the loot and go. There will be some alcohol on September the 24th. Is that a question or a command? Or an assumption? Walked right into a bear trap. At least it wasn't an actual bear. Better a bear trap than a bear. Hedgehog is spotted. We are here, so it's 1 northeast, and then 1 north. I'm kind of salty that we didn't get that event. Because I really... God, okay, what are the odds? Stepping on 2 traps, okay. Now we have no more splints because I dropped them all. So now we're gonna die of pain after stepping on the next trap. And there's a bear! Stoneshard is trying to kill me right now. And I'm having none of it, I'll tell you. I'm gonna run like hell. What do we say to the god of Stoneshard? Not today. Okay, we have to keep running orthogonally to keep the distance. Oh, I thought that was a snake. That would have been bad. Okay, it's not. It's fine. I think we are losing him. Yeah. Yeah, we lost him. Good. And now I lost my bearing, but I'm pretty sure we're still going 1 north. It's a must. It depends. It's gonna be last time, Rod Galeri. You are Rodolfo Galeri, I think. Rodolfo. Last time, Rodolfo, I streamed for 20 hours. Which means that mostly at the very start it's gonna be coffee. And lots of coffee. And then I'm not opposed to the idea of making it alcohol at some point. When I feel safe. But I need to be not drunk. Not drunk. But at least, right, you know what I mean. I need to be at my best behavior, at my best game. Because I'm gonna be playing fast, and I'm gonna be playing to get to the town without dying. And as soon as I get tipsy, I start making mistakes. We have seen it before. And when you make mistakes on permadeath, you die, and then you lose 7 hours of progress. And the goal is to not do that. We need to start dropping stuff, which is never fun. I'm gonna eat the ginger root. This is the first time I've ever found ginger root in the game, by the way, so that's why I was keeping it around, but there's actually no reason. We got the hat, which is bad for the archer, and we won't be using it forever, but it is also still decent. Why did it not stack? Stoneshard. The boat of cloth. I'm half a mind to just drop this black boar head because we're not supposed to have it. But it's fine. Not a big deal. Doodle-doo. Murder. And the surgeon's toolkit. Right. Leaf-shaped arrows will go, and I will drop the... I shouldn't drop the bandage. We have died because I dropped the bandage before, so I really shouldn't. Yeah, surgeon's toolkit. It's a must. Get some ginger root to remove drunk. I am totally gonna try that. No, I'm not actually gonna try that in real life. That sounds absolutely disgusting. Coming home drunk from town, be like, well, before I go to bed, here's some ginger root. Absolutely disgusting. Midnight Fox, welcome to the stream. How are you, sir? Second, some new skill trees comes out. I'll be considering this. Also, what's weird, when your camera has a delay, so you're talking, then 2 seconds later your lips are moving. Really? God damn it. I've been fighting this delay thing for forever. I thought I had it under control. But thank you for making me aware of it. Again, I thought I had clicked the button. I'm not sure I can change it midstream. Probably can't. This was part of the reason why I'm not streaming on YouTube anymore, is because I thought that was part of the problem. The YouTube thing. I'm gonna keep... I don't know what to do about it right now. I'm gonna Google it probably later. And I'm gonna keep working on it. So I'm sorry. But yeah, thanks for pointing it out. Again, fix problems that I'm not aware of, so I'm always appreciative of feedback. This is the hospital here, so we are there, we go one, we're going one west over here, then one southwest to get to the Abbey of the Holy Revelation. Now I need to get back to the stream so I can see the chat. This. I need to make a note. Fix. Delay. Again. And then I'm just gonna leave it right there. I should see it later. And it's weird because if the stream is delayed, then my voice should be delayed by an equal amount. So why is the camera behind and the voice up front? That is the real mystery. I could understand if the whole thing was a little bit delayed, then no one would really notice it except for the chat delay where I would respond a little bit later. But this just makes no sense. Chinese black magic. That explains it. I am clearly a witch doctor, or maybe I should become a witch doctor so that I could enchant Twitch to do my bidding. Ulolo. Ololo. That is an old reference that I'm sure some of you will get. And if not, that is fine as well. And you go through, swap, wait a turn, step, attack. Oh, 2 bleed? Yeah, okay, so here's a test. Do we need a bandage? 6 health to bleeding every turn. Yeah, we need a bandage. Okay, so I would have died, probably, if I had dropped my bandage. Yeah. Always carry at least 1 bandage. Now we cannot meet another wolf. For this exact reason. Something to keep in mind. I will go and grab my arrow here, though. Oh, and there's a wolf. Run! Run, Darwin! And see, now I lost my bearing again. We were here. No, we were in this area somewhere. If I keep going to the west, once we hit a field, I need to go 1 down, because we are in this area now. This is how we navigate. Just skirt along the edge here. I'd be surprised if no one got that reference. Still playing Age of Wonders 2 Definitive Edition. Well, you know what? Not to. I'm sure most people my age and then probably your age will get that. But some people, are below the age of 20 and will not have played Age of Wonders 2 when they were kids. So there's at least a percentage of the population that will have no idea what that was all about until you pointed out Age of Wonders 2. Right, so I'm just accounting for everyone. Those were the days back in the after. I don't know what the English term is, like after school. I had like a club, but not really a club, but where the place you went to hang out after school until your parents got home from work. Yeah, like it was like an institution. I don't know. Anyways, I remember they had computers there, and we played StarCraft 2 and Age of Wonders. Age of Wonders 1, but then also probably Age of Wonders 2 later. I don't specifically remember. I remember StarCraft, and this must have been StarCraft 1, of course, not StarCraft 2. My first, I think, in foray into multiplayer gaming was there, because before then I was just gaming at home, and well, sure, I played with friends, but when you had a friend over to play computer, or when you went to a friend's place to play computer, you were two people looking at one screen playing a single-player game most of the time, barring a few instances. But at the club, we were able to play. They had like an extra alcove on top of the common room where there was just computers, like 8 or so, and then we would play. Reminiscing about childhood gaming. That's the best. Trying to relive those memories by starting my own YouTube channel. So I can play games every day. Oh, we've got something here. And it is a bandit camp, okay. And I missed. Not Derwin didn't miss. I missed. And that is always where it gets really embarrassing here. Let's pretend that didn't happen and move on. Next. You think it a bit defined as a youth club? Yeah, okay. Can't remember the exact normal term for it. Well, so the direct, I live in Denmark, and so I have a word for it that I'm precisely, there's two words, daginstitution and fritidshjem. But it doesn't exactly translate directly, which is the problem, right? It's either daily institution or free time home, which I'm pretty sure is not the accurate term for it either. Oh, we're out of food. Whoops. I was careless with the food. How much? Are we pretty close to Osbrook? So we'll swing by Osbrook. But here's the Lost Grave. Dang it. So then we'll have to swing by Osbrook, and then come up to the Lost Grave, then Point of Interest, then back to Osbrook again. That's fine. Oh, this is not fine. Another wolf. We have determined that wolves are not okay at this point, so this is a good old scenario. Run away! We've got so much loot. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Run, Dervin! And in fact, there's no reason to panic click like this, and the real thing to do would be to carefully observe your surroundings and make sure that you don't make even more stupid moves when you're already in a dangerous situation. So that's what you should do. And 3 more wolves show themselves here. Fun stuff. Run away, Durban! I'm trying to click everywhere here to just come away. I can't see anything. Okay, can we... You can't even, like, turn off the brightness in this game. No. Alright. That's fine. So this is not permadeath. This is the first time I'm streaming Stoneshard without permadeath on. And the reason that we're doing this is that today we are practicing for the big permadeath run that will be coming up on Thursday until further notice. This is the run that I want to be doing when I start streaming on the new update. I'm going to be doing that whole long marathon stream, and I thought we would test and do a little bit of like maybe extra testing by being really brave here in this stream, and so I'm not playing permadeath right now, so that we can do stupid stuff and figure out if it works. We had one example earlier that then failed because we didn't trigger the event that I wanted to test. So, such is life. But we're treating it as a permadeath run for the most part. That's always the goal. Oh wait, hold on. Where am I? I must be here then. Yeah. Huh. I thought we were at the town here. So we're making it back, the tunnel dude. It's fine. And how much time have we spent here? 1 hour and 10 minutes. So it's a little bit slower than I wanted, but I have also been making some detours and talking about the update and such. So it's probably about 1 hour for the whole tour, which is about what I want to do. And that's decent. I would like to shave like 10 minutes more off that whole tour, but it's really important that we don't die during it, so it's probably fine at an hour. What am I thinking? Oh yeah, we should store the Surgeon's Toolkit, and then that's it, right? That's the only thing we need to store here. Go to bed. Do the town management. We gotta buy some food. Drink, food. Go to the tavern keeper and say, hey, have a look. Does this trophy seem familiar? And then he doesn't give me anything, except every time I come in here, I can now ask for a free beer and then open the cell and say, please buy my beer back from me. So we have a steady income of going to the bar and saying, just give me 12 coins, basically. Which is fair. And then I think we gained a bunch of reputation. Do we even get that? No, we don't even get reputation with the town for that. No way. That is definitely not worth it. That's why I'm doing it. It's for the reputation. Yeah, it usually shows up in the log when you change or gain reputation. So that quest, that cannot be true. Surely that is not true. Seems really weird. Okay, but whatever. So that would be the only mini quest that doesn't give us XP, but it also is a little bit of a special mini quest. So, that, and this. Come in here. Making all the cash here. Actually, quite a bit of money. 2,100 after that tour. That is probably a new record for that first tour, and we aren't even done yet. We're still gonna go and loot the grave. But I can definitely buy a quiver now. And I will, and then we'll buy some ammunition to go with it. We should also repair. And we might be able to afford some better boots. Soldier's quiver, yeah. Go straight to that one. Boots, hide boots. I would like to jump straight to the tan boots, but the blacksmith mittens are fantastic. No, not necessarily. Can you fumble with a bow? Sordier, welcome to the stream, sir. How are you? I hope all you are doing well today. Yes, I am doing really well. I am a little bit tired, but I have been playing, basically just been playing for the last 24 hours. Playing Banners of Ruin, Hades, Deep Rock Galactic, and now Stoneshard. So it is a good day. Oh, this is also fumble chance, I see. Well, the Falconeer gloves are also more expensive, I see. Well, we are getting them instead. Boop. Oh, I've never had them before. They're like little bit brown. Look at that. Alright, that's fine. That is a long stretch. Glad you are having fun. Well, it is gaming weekend. What have you been up to, sir? You're playing some games. For those that are interested, Sordier is also a Twitcher. I'm gonna pull up your link right here and chill you a little bit. I've been checking out your streams lately. Yeah. It's kind of tricky. I've been trying to check out all the new people that Felix have introduced me to, and there's a lot of you guys. Pretty sure I have been on your stream, Sordier. Am I wrong about this? I have never streamed, but thank you. Right, okay. So then I'm wrong, obviously. But you're a mod then. You're a mod on someone else's stream. Something like that. Sorry. You're in the club, right. I thought you were one of those guys. I've been trying to follow all of them. So that's my bad. You can shield some of the other ones if you want here. None of them are streaming right now, but I'm keeping an eye out. I'm going to try to remember, and you can remind me, Sordio, at the end of this stream, if you're around for that long. I need to get into my mentality to start rating people when I'm done, because I'm always mean to do it, and I'm like, I close down the stream, and then 30 minutes later I'm like, god damn it, I forgot it again. And I think it is a fun thing to do. So I'll try today to remember it. We gotta give this one to the drunkard. You know what? Maybe I should just sit in a town square and be like, hey, you're an adventurer. If you bring me a bottle of brandy, I will give you this necklace. And I have some old jewelry from my LARPing days that I'm not using anymore. That's how you get free alcohol. There you go. So I got this shitty necklace in return. It's actually, it doesn't even sell for as much. But the point here is that this one improves my reputation with Osbo, which is what we want. So that's fine. Glad you're sharing the support. Yeah. That's what it's all about. The Twitch community is awesome. I'm glad I started Twitching. It's hard to... There's not a lot of cooperation between YouTubers. Like, I know one YouTuber. And we do some collab every once in a while, but not really. Not anymore. We should do it more. But, like, Twitchers are always helping each other out as far as I can tell, and I think that is great. And it generally seems like a more open community where... I don't know why it's so different, but I think Twitch is better at promoting it with the raid stuff, for example. Right? I have a leaving towns checklist that I really should check here before we go anywhere. Water skin refill. I have not done that yet. I did repair, I think. Oh, I probably haven't repaired my metal items. No. Ah, the one. Arrows. I bought arrows. Food. We have medical supplies. Ah, there's... I was about to leave town just a second ago, so I'm glad we'll be doing this. I have lots of lockpicks. And then we should technically sleep, but I don't care. It's fine. But we gotta buy those splints and a new bandage so that we don't die. And then that's it. Oh, do we have enough money? Yeah, we have enough money. So then at the bottom of the list is in parentheses, if you have enough money, buy a vivifying essence. And we are gonna just do it now. Boom. Raiding and hosting are nice ways to sort of connect disparate streams for sure. Alright. Yeah, hosting... Maybe you can explain that one to me, because I've seen people do that, but I've never... I don't even... I guess if you don't stream yourself, you might not know how, but I honestly don't know how to host someone. But when you raid, it automatically goes into hosting, I think, as far as I have seen. Maybe that's just how it works. I'm just curious. I like how the character hops everywhere. You can, in settings, you can actually sprite wobbling, you can turn that off. Wait, what? And I've never done it before, but it didn't change anything. Oh, confirm. Okay, so he still hops. It actually looks a little bit more goofy because he just hops so straight up and down. Huh. I don't know what I saw in my mind. I think how would they... The little wobbling thing, I've never turned it off before. I think we're gonna turn it on again. So he sways a little bit sideways when I do that. Huh. I think in my mind he just No, I'm not sure what I imagined would happen when I turned it off. He just glided along the ground. That also seems really silly, so of course that's not what happens. The difference was smaller than I anticipated. Okay. I hope we don't die here. Oh, we won't. Good. But it is funny looking. Absolutely. This spike wobble. It kind of makes it a little more alive, I think. Which is nice. It's basically just a still image that they are wobbling around a bit when they move it between tiles. And suddenly it looks like the sprite is alive, and it works. It is amazing how minimalistic you can make good art. If I reload here, it will charge me, so we gotta switch. Haha, it didn't even hit me. Get wrecked. Is this a tile? I think we are on the special tile right now. Come back here, bunny. I'm a murder. Good. Tender meat. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Abandoned camp. Yeah, we have everything. So I should use... It's broadhead arrows that do more damage to unarmored... Yeah, more weapon damage, but I think it has shorter range. Oh, he moved? What? Where's he going? Come back, coward. Oh, there's a bear incoming. Okay, so I think what we can do here is while the bear is slaughtering everyone... Oh... I wanted to go and loot the chest, but I think they are aggroing onto me. What's happening right now? He's probably going to go for the bear. I don't know. See, now he's going to go up and block the chest. I can't fight the bear, though. Interesting situation here. We can't really sneak in. I gotta kill this guy. Gotta make sure that I have eyes on this down here so that I get the XP for killing him. Oh no. The bear's coming. The bear's coming. I want the loot though. It hasn't seen me yet. And I'm bleeding. Still hasn't seen me. Maybe I can run around? I think so. We'll be careful, sneak in. I just want to get what's in the chest, and then we're going. And worth it was. Heck yeah. Alright, run! Teddy is coming. And we're going straight north from here. Alright, successful bandit camp raid without dying to the bear, and the bear actually helped out. That was quite nice. And we used both bandages there. Alright, so now I again cannot fight wolves. You can also set up like auto host, so if you can't do it yourself too, but haven't messed with it too much. Okay. That one was brave. He went for like there's an AI fix coming in the big update that I keep referencing coming on Thursday, the 24th. Probably getting delayed, as far as I understand from the community. A lot of people are a little bit pessimistic about it until further notice. Right now, they haven't said anything else. It's the 24th. There's a big AI update coming. A big AI change to every possible enemy type is getting their own AI rework, and they haven't really gone into detail, but it's supposed to be like human enemies flee when they are in danger and stuff like that, and they avoid stepping on traps in their own dungeons and so forth, which I'm very much excited to see. It's also gonna make the game significantly harder, because a lot of the beating the AI right now is abusing that the AI is stupid, because this game is so brutal. That's a good way to like sneak out victories that you wouldn't otherwise be able to achieve, is by making them run into traps, making them run headlong into bears, while they should be running the other way, and so on and so forth. There's also a really big and very interesting point to make, is that in order to get loot and XP in this game, you have to have vision on the kill, and I mean you have to kill to get loot. So if an enemy runs away from you and disengages from the fight and runs away and runs off the map tile and you cannot chase, then you lose the XP and you lose whatever loot he was carrying. Which is gonna completely change how you think about fights. Now you can't be the coward anymore. You might even have to invest in abilities that allows you to chase an enemy, which is really hard in Stoneshard, which is why it's easy to get away from enemies currently. But when you flip the tables and the enemies run from you, now you gotta be the one that does the chasing and deal with the fact that everyone in Stoneshard as a base runs at the exact same speed, and so there's no catch-up mechanic unless you put skill points into it, which is what I'm getting at. And that is gonna be really weird. I'm basically thinking about melee characters are gonna have a real problem if the enemies run away from them, they lose out on XP, and gold, where mages and archers can at least shoot enemies in the back while they're running away and have a good chance of taking down cowardly enemies that way, right? Oh, a wolf is spotted. Okay, we cannot fight wolves right now, so I am gonna run away. Maybe I can. If I take 2 bleeding stacks, we could die. That worked. Okay, so I immobilized him, then we just... Okay, he was immobilized for 1 turn. Disappointing. Do I get another shot? No. Let me kite. Oh, here's a shot I get. Like that. And he got bleeding, so then we run. Oh, and we leveled up. Lovely. What am I going for? I lost... Every time I run into enemies, I always get lost. Fun stuff. Yeah, that could be an issue, yeah. I don't... they promised that there would be a devlog coming, and that was like a week and a half ago, after they had just released a big devlog on new enemy types that are being dropped in the new update. And so, since there hasn't been any new devlogs or any kind of word from the devs right now, that's kind of where we're at. People are getting a little pessimistic about the whole thing. But I think the general consensus is that people want them to take their time. I just wish they wouldn't promise a date if they're not gonna stick to it. Then better to say, we're still working on it. We will come up with a date when we know the exact time that we are able to deliver. I'll get 1 vitality, 1 perception. And I don't want constant practice. Oh, it does apply 3 extra weapon damage. And is there something later down here? This is something I should map out before the actual play. Usually I go for suppression, and then long range shot is good. And then usually I don't go further than that. Distracting shot, long range shot, headshot, and piercing shot reduce active cooldown for this ability tree by 1 turn if they kill an enemy. No. Basically, as always, every skill that we get in here needs to be geared toward killing the troll. Shoot to kill. So the other thing that we need to get, and as soon as possible, is the dash. And so I could just get the mighty kick right now. But the mighty kick is so trash, I don't want to get it before we can get the elusiveness in the same breath. There's no point. And if I ever needed the mighty kick, I can just go in and put a skill point in it and then use it in the same turn. So I'll just keep it around for now. Again, I lost my bearing completely. Oh, but we are so lucky. I just ran into the bandit camp. Perfect. Exactly as I planned it. Nice. I mobilized him. Shoot again. And he died from bleeding. I didn't even take a hit. Lovely. Fear the mighty Dervin. I am coming for you. Yeah, I'm still wondering about, how is this going to be different with the AI rework? Well, I guess I can't. There's no way to know. if this is gonna work. Coming here. Into the backpack you go. Making room for all the loot here. Alright, and I think that finally concludes our early exploration. Now it's back to Osbrook, and then it is on to the dungeons. Do you actually know the game, Sortier? I don't know if you know Stoneshard at all. Or are you just dropping in? You let me know if there's anything you need explained or anything. I love talking about Stoneshard. It might... Nah. I'm not gonna make absolute statements. It is probably my favorite game though, right now. At least this year. My game of the year, Stoneshard. Yeah. There are some close contenders. But it is a fantastic game, and it is not even complete yet. It is gonna get better. You do not, okay. Yeah, it looks similar to other games you've seen or played. Yeah. It has some... I like to compare it to like Diablo. I call it turn-based Diablo. Which is not super accurate, but it sort of is the same kind of feeling that they're trying to give you. Okay. This could be terrible if I was not Dervin the Indestructible and I can just run away forever. This is why I'm playing this build. Is so that I can run away forever and no one can ever catch me. Run away! And use my movement ability to gain more and more ground until we can finally completely break away. And to be fair, this build may be changed every time there's a new update. They nerf abilities and such, and how it works, how every enemy works. When they added that charge attack to wolves, the game changed dramatically. Because now suddenly wolves were much better at chasing. And yeah. Which makes sense, because wolves are supposed to be freaking fast. Chasing prey. Diablo for sure. Is just Stoneshard planned to be full released in 2021? I think, yeah. The roadmap only cites 2020 and 21. Yes. Howdy. What Guilleri? Rodolfo Guilleri is one of my most trusted Stoneshard followers. He's been around for a while. He knows his stuff around here. Let me go and grab that roadmap, and we can answer your question. We can't look at the roadmap too many times. That is my opinion. So let's have it here. This is the roadmap for, I think the newest updated roadmap for Stoneshard. So, Trollslayer came out on the 14th of April, then both for the Wait For It update is the one that we are currently waiting for. It was supposed to be late summer first, and then at least they didn't give a good date, like a precise date, and then they said late summer, then they said early fall, which is not a date. Now they've given a date, so when they give a date, then they shouldn't do that if they're not sure, but whatever. That's the reworked AI, expanded the dungeon generation system, reputation system, new content, and more to be announced, including an entire expanded map and a new city. Full release of the game is not even on the map. Yeah. Here, new settlements and cities, see this one down here, has been pushed up into the Way Forward update. For one thing. Expanded contract system, no, that's not coming yet. Okay, this is all for 2020. I will probably not trust that all of this up here is getting is in 2020. Just knowing that every update gets pushed at least a month or so. And so whatever they thought they could do in December is going to happen in early 2021, right? There's so much good stuff here. So I could have sworn that I saw a roadmap somewhere with a release of 1.0 on, so maybe this is not the newest one. Crafting, cooking, and alchemy in 2021. Oh, so this is 2020 and 2021. So this is actually kind of upside down. This is supposed to be the bottom one, and then this one up here. So some of this down here might be in 2020, which is what they said here. No, where's the new cities? Well, whatever. This is what we're looking forward to. Lots of stuff planned out, and back to the game. Boom. I am lost again. God damn it. If we go south, I will guaranteed run into... Oh, we are in the town. We are literally in the town. Heck yeah. I mean, I say I get lost all the time, but every time I say we're lost, we literally walk into the objective. So, that's great. Go and buy a bed for 2 weeks. I'm planning to stay here for a while. Oh, and they have reduced the prices of the beds because of my delivering this boarhead, and he was also going to pour me a mug of ale that I can then sell back to them so that I make a bit of money. Dark ale. Oh, yeah. It's the same one. Buy that from me, and then I will buy a smoked ham from you, except you are sold out. Alright. Another day then. Get cooking, woman. Get back in the kitchen. And anything here? The enchantment scroll is for storing until later. Carved gold ring. Oh, we can actually use this one for the energy and energy restoration. That's fine. And, oh, the silver ring is better than the Baron's ring. So I'm running around with these rings that I should have equipped for a long time ago. Alright. Enchantment scroll goes in the chest. And you know what? No, we might as well... We're going to use the nightly girl here for the rest of the game. So this is what we usually do. We just enchant it early on. We get +2 block power and +5% damage reflection. That's fine. Then we sleep until morning. Then we drink and eat, or vice versa, and then we go and sell all of our stuff. Not all of our stuff. We want to keep like our clothes and our tools. What is that emoji? I cannot tell what emoji that is, Sawyer. Is that a standard emoji? If I hover over it, it says... I did not learn anything. It's a dab. It's a younger dab. Young dad dab. Okay, I did not get anything closer to figuring out what that actually is by reading that. That's fine. Combat Mastery 3-1. That is exactly what we need for this build. Boop. Thank you. So, I always love this part. You buy a skill book from the guy, open it up, go like, yeah, that seems about right, and sell it back to him. And he's like, did you read that already? Yeah, sure. I'm a fast reader. And that's about it here. Over to the smithy. Oh, he's out of money. Alright. Yeah, he's completely out of money. So then usually when he's out of money, we go into his house and save the items in his own chest here. So, and he's a nice guy. He doesn't like sell them to customers or touch them. He just let me store them in his house until he can afford to buy them from me. Like a pawn shop. Pawn shop. Except reverse. Don't think about it. An identification scroll place. Let's see if this spear is better than my current one. This is a flaming golden dark. Oh, hell yeah. An extra damage and a chance to set people on fire every time I poke them. A flaming poking stick. The golden dark is Dutch for hello or good day. So it's a hello stick. You use it to say hello to people. For the new listeners, this is one of my favorite Stoneshard jokes. It's not a joke because it's a real weapon from real life that they added into the game. But I'm sure that the guy who invented the hello stick smiled when he came up with that name. Oh, what am I doing? This is for selling. Oh, he can't afford it. What about now? Yeah, okay. And how much money do we have then? No, not enough. Okay. I think, though, that with that done, we are finally ready to go to the first dungeon and murder some bandits. Trust me, they have it coming. Away on adventure. And we're going to Fort Runfust. Doodle-doo down here. Do I have it? Check the leaving town checklist before we leave town. How about it? Water skin refill, repair, arrows, food, medical supplies, lockpicks. I didn't do the sleep, but we have a vivifying essence. It's fine. On adventure we go. Still trying to sort of, not speed run it, but we want to play fast so that I can cover as much ground as possible in one stream. We are now going on, almost 2 hours, and we haven't made it to the first dungeon yet. Which is... It does take a bit of time doing my whole opening strategy here, but it works, and... I mean, we are, already level 3? Yeah. It's fine. And, I mean, we have some pretty damn good equipment, actually. Ambush, okay. That is always fun. Ambush by one guy? Okay, 2 guys. Can we get 3? Only 2 guys, okay. That's disappointing, fellas. You can do better. Murder. Another unidentified spear. Cooked carp. Oh, and a henbane is nice. Rhubarb. And then on we go. Basically, we just met some XP with legs that wanted to suicide by Dervin's spear. One of them didn't even get that far. Cook your food first. Didn't I cook my food? I did cook my food. The pictures are super informative. You talk about the dab thing? I still don't get it. But that's fine. I'm sure it's like a Twitch inside joke thing. I know what a dab is. I'm not that old. I have never dabbed. I don't think I have ever dabbed. Like in real life. So... But it's not because I don't know how. It's because... I guess I am a little bit old. And stubborn. I guess I'm a proud man. I don't want to dab. I'll dab if I want to, but I don't want to. We have reached the point of senseless rambling. It's only gonna get worse from here. Come at me. Come at me. Yeah, that's right. Suicide by adventurer. It's a common thing in these lands. You'll dab for the both of us. That's fantastic. Let me go and cook my food up here so that Rodolfo doesn't get a stroke. Fly Garrick and Penny Bun, yeah. Alright, this is going to be a fair fight. Two uninjured personas fighting each other toe to toe, mano a mano. And he hit me twice, but I took like 8 damage total and I murdered him. Get wrecked, noob. Oh, okay, so now we gotta switch mentality and start checking for traps every time we open a door. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up dying to that. And this one, I don't even want to waste ammunition. Ow. We are just... Okay, I'm gonna... See here, this is the problem, is that then we do really well for a little while, and I get lucky. And then the hubris, as I call it, it starts to manifest itself. And then I do stupid shit. Right, so now that I have voiced that concern, I'm gonna not do stupid shit and play for real. And not lose and throw the game. I can do this. Don't throw the game, don't throw the run. Okay, here we can do some light murdering. Don't forget to check for traps. We're making really good time here. More than what is reasonable. But I'm checking for traps. Oh, and we got another book here. Another magic book, and magic books are worth more than everything else. I think we already know dagger, and dagger 3 is 1. I suppose I'll take it. It's not worth a lot of money. Like 50 gold at most. Reload. Didn't even get a hit in. So let's start moving stuff over here. Yeah, that one book is all the good loot I've found. Great. But the sword actually goes in the backpack, because that one is gonna come back with us to town. The backpack slots are reserved specifically for equipment that I know I will be bringing all the way back and don't have to think about dropping later. The rest in here is stuff that could be dropped if we find better stuff. Okay, a little bit more of a challenging room, and then the first thing I did was to misclick. So far, so bad. Close the door, please, and run away. Okay. Do we fight here, or come over here? Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh no, you know what? I can Oh, and I misclicked again. Okay. Yeah. Come up here. Don't die, don't die. Devin. Okay, 2 misclicks in one battle, and then we almost die. So, there you go. Drink, and on we go. Hello, I see the 24th live one time about Stoneshard. Cretosino, welcome to the stream. And I will go live on the 24th with Stoneshard if that's what you're asking. Yes, that is the plan. I'm assuming you're talking about the update. That is assuming that the update comes out on the day that they have promised. Here I will go for a, what's it called? A broadhead arrow. This is the boss, by the way. So the first boss. So I'm sure we can beat him. Not only can we beat him, we are gonna absolutely butcher him. He can't move, his left hand was injured, and I started bleeding with the first attack against him. Alright, and so the next attack here, now he can't move. Well, he can move again, but he's bleeding. Poor guy. Now we switch to the armor. I'm out of broadhead? Oh, damn. Okay. Well, it's fine, he's dead. Bodkin arrow, sleep ship. So yeah, next dungeon is gonna be a little bit harder. So I have come into a weird spot in my Stoneshard career where I have kind of gotten tired of crates and barrels in general. And I don't know if I should get back into opening those, or if I should stick on my new path and leave them. Because it is a lot of time that you spend doing it. And that time could be spent... I mean, once you've done a few dungeons, it adds up, and you could probably have done an entire new dungeon in that time spent just looting crates and barrels. And that small amount of money that you get out of it is just... It is questionable whether that is worth the time. I'm still on the fence about it. And so, yeah. Oh, no need for the map here. I say we just go. Prioritize getting to the next dungeon. I've already filled up my inventory mostly with loot anyway. So it's what can I find in crates and barrels? I can find money. Like straight up money, but we find like maybe if I looted all the chests and barrels, I would find like 10, maybe 15 gold tops. And then some food usually, which is fine, but food doesn't cost that much. I honestly don't think it's worth it. What else do you find in crates and barrels then that's worth our time? Yeah. I just don't see it. I was saying was you see live one time you tried to beat the Troll Slayer update and you played... Oh no, I played 20 hours. Yeah, I was going for 24 hours and then I died to the troll after 20 hours of consecutive streaming. That's the same thing that I'm gonna do this Thursday, the 24th of September. If the update comes out, then once I am awake, and assuming I'm awake when the update lands, I'm gonna download a thing, make 2 pots of coffee, and if you want to believe Rodolfo, I'll also have a bottle of something alcoholized ready. And then we are gonna stream until there's gonna be a new map and a new city. And I want to get to the new city. And that's on the other side of the troll. You have to get... I don't know if you have to kill the troll to get to the next city. I think you do. So I'm gonna have to beat the troll and then get to the other city in that stream. That's the plan. And then if hopefully there's some time left over to actually explore the city and do some dungeons nearby it. And if I don't do it in that one stream, then I'm gonna wake up the next day and continue it. So like we can do like a week-long stream where I just sleep on camera. I don't know. Probably not gonna sleep on camera. Unless I like fall asleep in front of the camera. That would be Probably hilarious for everyone except me. So, eat some food. I heard a horror story from Felix's stream, which is one of the streamers that I'm now following actively and that I'm playing with. He fell asleep, I think, on a stream because they were having like a drunk stream, and people were like concerned that he was like seriously ill, and so they started calling people that he knew, and he was just asleep, passed out on stream. It is my goal to not in that situation where I put that kind of worry in people, but it is kind of funny. For sure. Oh, and we arrived just as the shops closed in town. God damn it. It's always like, oh, the adventurer's shop is coming. Shut down all the shops. Run. So we have to go and sleep. But I think with new dungeons, they are faster to beat the troll. Okay. Maybe. I do not want to guess at how that's gonna work out. Do you really think that that's gonna change how fast you level? The dungeon layout? Because you mean because of the new enemies, maybe. I can see that being a thing. More enemy types, higher level enemy types. Maybe you're right. What are we doing here? Is there anything else that I should store in the chest while we're here? No. Go to bed, sleep until morning. And then we ride again at dawn. At the crack of dawn, we ride. Oh. Tell me more about yourself. That's exactly what I wanted to hear right now. Stop talking about yourself. No one wants to hear you talking about yourself. Mr. Smitty. Jibbar. What kind of name is that? Duh. Okay. Focus, Keejchen. Focus. This sword that we found, is this better than my current spear? See, the thing is that it comes with 18% fumble chance. My current weapon does 20 piercing, 2 crushing, and 1 fire damage. Having multiple different types of damage is beneficial in many ways. Piercing damage has a specific debuff associated with it. Crushing damage has its own debuff, like that's dazing and stunning associated with it when you crit. And fire damage has its own debuff associated with it when you crit, which is when you light people on fire. And Warbrand, the slashing damage, is bleeding only. And that's definitely a thing that is worth considering. My Golden Dark also has 2% stun chance, which is not to be scoffed at. Higher accuracy. Then, on the Warbrand we have block chance and block power. But the 18% fumble chance is pretty significant. Like with the dungeons, the stronger dungeon is level 6 to 8. I see what you're saying now. Okay. I think if there will be new dungeons, how it would be. Yeah, okay. I think I understand what you mean. It's that we can farm the new higher level dungeons more efficiently for XP. And I think you're right about that. But it's also going to be way more dangerous to go to those dungeons. Like, I play on permadeath. So, and when they add new enemy types that I don't know and rebalance everything, I have to be a little bit more careful, because if I don't allow a little bit of wiggle room, then if there's something that I'm not aware of and if I misclick or something, then we just die. And then it's if you're level 9, that's like 7 or 8 hours lost in time, and so then we would not get to the thing in one stream. So it's just always a tricky balance. So here's another thing. Which weapon looks cooler? We're gonna run with the sword. I think I like this sword. And I think even without an enchantment on it, it's slightly better than the spear. Which means that if you enchanted this one, it would be even better. Probably with 18% fumble chance, it is probably a little bit worse on average. Someone showed me the math for that kind of stuff at some point, and I have to confess that I am bad at remembering that kind of thing. 18%. When you fumble, you do precisely half the damage that you would normally do. For those that are interested in doing the math. But me doing that in my head while also trying to play and talk is gonna be impossible. Impossible. So it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go for my reward. Do we have 1,200 gold? No. Damn it. There's a skill book right now that I really want to buy. Hold on. Can we squeeze that money out? We need about 50 gold. And the weapons that I stored inside the smithy's hut, I think, will get us there. If he can afford to buy them from me now. So, Javar, have you collected a bit of money? He has. Yes, we got it. So then we can go and say Athletics Treatise 2, Perfecto, read, and then sell it back to him. Oh, we should save this book and sell it in Manshire, because it's worth like almost double there. We also want to go to the bartender and say, yo, can I have a mug of ale? Thank you. Do you want to buy a mug of ale? Yeah, make a bit of money that way. Come in here, put it in my... This is a fine addition to my collection. Oh, we gotta check that I have ammo. We don't have ammo, and we don't have money for ammo. So that's gonna be fun. The next dungeon is right here. Off we go. Before we go, check the leaving town. Check this. Check if anyone has written something in chat. One time on Discord, Stoneshard running from a bear and find another bear and die for 2 bears on permadeath. Yeah, that guy. I've tried something similar. I think in the previous one I was sandwiched between 2 bears and I made it out like by 1 turn's difference, where if like it was just like and then I think I ran into a pack of wolves, but also managed to like run around with that one. But that was like sometimes you just get that feeling that Stoneshard is like, why are you not dead yet? You should die now. And then here's the bear. Here's 2 bears, because why not? Alright. Sordier he's just here to watch. Because he likes to watch. I need to check. Did I repair? Oh. We don't need to repair. Alright. We don't really have any money, so it's only a question of some things we might... no, we can go with 2 splints. We have some medical supplies in total. We have lockpicks and we have the vivifying essence. What we don't have is time. Gentlemen, please. Go, go, run, Dervin. This is the very first time Sordia is seeing Stoneshard. I'm hoping I am giving a good impression. It's always nice. I'm trying to think of a way to label you then, Sordier, like you're in Deep Rock Galactic we would call it a greenbeard, someone who is a new to Deep Rock Galactic. So I'm trying to come up with like a new adventurer, young adventurer, aspiring adventurer. It doesn't have to have a title. I just like coming up with names for things. And here we are. So there's usually a gap in the wall up here that we can kite through, indeed. So, 3 to 1. Are we ready for this? We have mostly... oh, we have more ammo here. Alright, we have plenty of ammo then. Nice. So, let us commence with the murdering. The murder make, as they would say in Warhammer. I'm not reading that, or I'm listening to audiobooks of the Horus Heresy, and I just finished the... Oh god, what was the name of that book? But the one where we get introduced to the Space Wolves for the first time on Fenris, and they are a very interesting Space Marine chapter. I didn't really like them before I started that book, but now they are cool. It's basically the same every time I start one of those books, and it's about a chapter that I don't really know, and I'm like on the fence about what is this Space Marine chapter on, and then it ends up being one of my favorite chapters. But it's the same story every time, so I have a lot of favorite chapters after a while now. They're good at telling those stories, and I guess I just like liking things. Murder time! Alright, retrieve some ammunition. Oh, okay, we got a new enemy type. Fun stuff. Yeah, I thought we had an easy entrance to the dungeon. I'm sure we can kill him. Oh, we got a bleed on him in the first shot. Lovely. Yeah, okay, we've got him. He's bleeding. Let's give him one more arrow for good measure, and then I will murder him. We should always let him bleed out. There's no reason to engage him while he's bleeding. Okay, and he's using all the spear abilities to hurt me even before we get into melee range here. Bastard. And then I just murder him. But he had a war pitchfork and poked me a few times, so now this one might be better than my sword. God damn it, game. With a 12% difference in fumble chance is the main thing that I'm looking at, right? And then, with that in mind, it also has significantly higher armor penetration and body part damage, which is really important because we're going to start meeting more armored opponents, and those are the ones that will give me trouble. So more armor penetration is nice. Dang it. I think we switch. Well, Durbin is a bit of a weapon master. He uses whatever is most efficient at the time, and then a bow to poke at enemies from range, because he's not a coward, he's just efficient. What are we doing? We have one skill point available, not enough to be interesting. Go here. Aim. We can shoot through walls with that thing, by the way. Come up here. Give him one more arrow for good measure. We don't want to overdo it because we do want to save some of our ammunition here and make sure we have enough for the boss. Dip, dip, dip. Don't forget to check for traps. Like a pro. Okay, and I screwed this up. Alright, it's gonna be a fair fight. No, it doesn't have to be. Durbin is a master at not making fair fights. Kite away, then give him a thingy, and then now we have the advantage and murder. Alright. Again, playing a little bit too fast. He got a hit in, and he should not have had that chance. So, we'll slow it down a notch. Get out that bow. Get out that bow, I said. Yeah. Check for traps. I feel like I'm forgetting something, and it's probably not important. Probably not important. Axe Street is... Do we know axes? I think we do. Yeah. We have an archer. Okay. And it's one of the good archers. So, normally, I am the archer. but it is a fact that melee weapons have a significantly higher DPS if you can get into melee range first. And so I'll give him one shot here, and now I have the DPS advantage here. Yeah. And I think that that bow we just dropped from him is slightly better than mine. Yes. No, yes, no, yes, no. Damn it. No. It is slightly worse. Well, so the difference is that mine, the current one I have right now, is a unique bow, and the one he dropped is not unique and can therefore be enchanted, but we don't really have an enchantment scroll at hand. Pretty wounded here. We have the bow out. We're about to level, so we are definitely going to explore the floor before we go down, so that we make sure we level before the boss. We probably would anyway. We get our first instance of piercing shot actually piercing 2 enemies, which is at least nice to see. And this is going to be a bit of a toughy fight. But it's going to be fine. We're going to get through this. When you have multiple enemies lined up in a row, you always shoot at the one in the back, because anything in between you and your target, like obstacles and other enemies, have a chance of blocking the shot with their body, and then that is a 100% hit chance if that happens. So there you go. We got a free hit on him, basically, for trying to target another enemy. And then you do it again. And then we go like, probably aim... Oh, he charges. Right. So good thing I had planned that out precisely as we needed to do. 66. The problem right now is that by retreating here, we are now no longer bottlenecking them. They can both be standing next to me here. And that we cannot allow. But we also cannot prevent it here. Crap. Okay, so now he is blocking, and so my chances of hitting him are pretty low. I'm gonna try a sidestep. We didn't get punished for it. Alright. He would have probably blocked my hit anyway. I'm gonna do it again, and here he got an attack of opportunity in, so that's bad. He's got dash in 12. And I have my distracting shot in 8, so we can run, and we would get away. I am gonna... we can't even really get to the door. Dang it. Let's come up here. Oh, he's defending. Okay, that gives me some more wiggle room. He got another attack of opportunity in here. Is that going to continue to happen? Yes, it is. Unless I am real lucky and that he keeps defending with that shield. Are we making it out? What about you? You're at 58. I'm not that wounded anymore. Oh, and then I clicked on a piece of loot on the ground, and it spends a turn picking it up and a turn to drop it. So that is the worst thing that could possibly happen right now. Okay, we killed that guy. Now I'm just too wounded to fight the other one. But this is why we're playing this build, is because of the infinite kiting opportunities, so that you don't die. Most melee builds and or mages would have died in that scenario when they put themselves out like I did, and instead we just kited and won. So that is how you survive in a Stoneshard. Easy, no problem at all. I had everything under control the entire time. I'm not crying, you're crying. Alright. Perception up, and then now it's time to go for Mighty Kick and then into Elusiveness, which is not the great. It is a really good skill, but that's not why we're getting it. It's because the next thing in line is the next kiting skill, and then when we have both the distracting shot that I have right now, which is, you just saw me use that for kiting, which is really good, so you can run away. The other one, the dash, is even better at the same thing, and when you have both of them combined, you create a build that, in the current state of the game, is almost immortal, because if you fuck up, and I will fuck up, but if and when that happens, I can just run away, and then we will live and come back and try again, stronger than before. Or run until we get back to the town, if we have to. So, Elusiveness does this. If I use it, I get 100% dodge chance until the end of the turn. Then for every enemy that hits me, I get a stack on it, and I start with 1 stack. So then, for every stack, it's 15% extra dodge chance and lower damage taken. And then also an amount of turn based on that. So now we using that to also tank, like dodge tank, and that makes the build even better again. For me later. Oh, and here is a scenario where we gotta run, which I didn't really do properly before, but this time we're doing it right. He should put up his shield soon. Maybe not. Stubborn guy. They're coming. Doesn't he have the dash? He does have the dash, yeah, so he's gonna dash to me if I'm not careful. Okay, here we can get a good piercing shot in. And there's the shield, nice. I think he only shields after he's been hit at least once. That's probably how it works. Yeah, see, now he starts shielding all the time. Good. He's shielded for 1 more turn, so we aim during this turn, then do the distracting shot, and then we hit him. Now he can't move. And now we have the piercing shot again. Now he can't. Oh, well, now he's defending, so we shoot at the guy in the back. And then he's gonna dash. Sure, we do the elusiveness. And he didn't attack, the bastard. Alright. Clever man, clever boy. Fair enough. Well, we took 1 hit in that fight. After the first 2 hours of you stop and die for wolves, it becomes really fun. Yeah, I like the mechanic of Stoneshard, like 2D indie games. Stoneshard is the best in the genre. Is my personal opinion. At least I haven't seen one that's better. People have been telling me about this other one called, I can do it, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, which is in the same genre. And I haven't tried that one, so my assessment of Stoneshard as the best in the genre is not including that one. It is on the to-do list. On the other hand, people have been telling me not to play Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead for other reasons. So maybe not, I'm not so sure. I'll figure it out. So here is an example of why the AI needs an AI improvement. I just use this trap, and every turn he stands on it, he takes damage, and so that guy wasn't hard to win against in the first place, but I just have to stand on it and tank and like dodge his attacks, and then he dies immediately or automatically. And it is a little bit silly. That wasn't too bad, but when you get a boss onto one of those traps, it's fun. And with this build, it is very possible to pull the boss up to this floor, and then we could drag him onto that trap if I really wanted to play like a super duper coward. Brave Sir Dervin ran away. An identification scroll. Alright, that's always nice. Oh, and a garlic. Just in case we meet a vampire. A vampire. Oh, enemy. Alright, let's try to fight this guy fair. Which means not kiting forever, but I'm gonna do the basic ability combo here, of course. Shoot him in the face, switch, he's gonna charge. He did not dash to me. Strange. Elusiveness. Die! Yeah, and then he took me to half health. Despite all of that. Okay. That's why we don't fight fair. That is why we don't fight fair. Give me some good loot. I'll take advantage, I suppose. Alright, the boss could be behind any door at this point, so we gotta be cautious. Another identification scroll. In here, and the Warbrand is worth a lot of money. Merge these two. Alright, and what was I picking up? Ah, identification scroll. Yeah. Okay, this is another one of those shield guys. Yep. So we open with aimed shot, the armor penetrating ammunition. Then I will do a piercing shot. He's bleeding already. And he chooses to raise his shield. So then we aim. Give him another one of these pokes. He's still bleeding. Yeah, we don't have to waste more ammo on him at this point. And then we take a little bit of hits, which, again, I shouldn't have allowed that. But it's fine. Gotta have a little bit of excitement in your life as well. Get out the bow, open the door, check for traps, rinse, repeat. Here's another enemy. Switch, elusiveness, murder. Okay, didn't need elusiveness, but better safe than sorry. Next, oh, I forgot the bow. Whoops. Aim, shoot, piercing shot, aim, distracting shot, aim, normal shot, and dead. Yeah, the normal enemies, the starting guys, they just die now. They did that at the start, but now it's not even a contest anymore. The armored guys are toughy, especially shields. Shields are bad against, or good against bows, and bad for us for that reason. So the boss is behind this door. Heck yeah. I have a nose for bosses. So, oh, he started bleeding just from that. Perfect. So then we're just kiting until he stops bleeding. He might die from that. Yeah. I mean, he's the kind of guy who opens bleedings on his opponents, so I have no scruples doing this. I have lost many beginner characters to this guy, so there is no mercy. And down he goes. Dirk. Spy Club. Oh no. Alright. Let's hope for some good loot. This guy gives us the, what's it called, the heraldic note, which is great. One of the best types of loot because you can consume it immediately and get the benefit. We increase our reputation with Osbrook and Manshire, and then we can pick up the other loot again. So we gain some good stuff without it costing any space in the inventory. Oh, range street is 1. We need a range street is 2, so finding that in the dungeon here would have been amazing. But it's too much to hope for. We did find X3, which is kind of interesting. We could go for Axis. That's not outside of the question. Now it is probably the highest level treatise we've found. And where is the exit? Here. All in all, decent loot. Not super loot here. Oh, that quiver is worth some money. Hold on. Range street is... yeah. Quiver. Boom. And water. And out we go. Back to Osbrook. And this is 2.5 hours. Which is still... I would have liked to be further than this in 2.5 hours. But maybe I have a bad sense of time. It probably is fine at this point. As long as we don't restart. In the first time I tried the 24-hour stream thing, I did spend the first 6 hours, I think at least 4 hours or something, just dying 7 times before I settled on the build. And it was this build that finally got me there. For obvious reasons, because it doesn't die. The other ones, they are volatile, and if you try to play fast, you die. Most of the time. So, this works. Off to sleep. First we will go to the chests, put in the blade here, and the identification scrolls can be saved for later. The book, and now we are filling up the chest. I think that's everything we needed to store right now, but that is incorrect. Okay. So the thing that we could do is to... wait, what was it? Oh, another book. Yeah, we'll make start a new chest over here, where we will then start with stuff like scrolls that I'm trying to save. Then go to bed, 7 in the morning, at the crack of dawn. Will the save be erased? I think this save will be unplayable when the new update lands. And we are assuming that that's going to happen on Thursday. If not, then on the next Saturday, if the update is not out yet, then I will continue the save. So, I'm hoping that we don't play this save again, because that means that there's an update next time I stream. But, yeah, it's dependent on that. Oh, we don't have enough money for the smoked ham. Hey, can I get a mug of ale? Hey, thanks. Do you want to buy a mug of ale? He could just, hand me 12 coins every time I come into the shop. You might as well. Okay, for my reward. Oh, we have reached the next level of reputation with Osbrook. Perfect. Benevolence, whatever that means. But that means, I know what it means. It means lower prices, which we care about. And more, I don't actually know if it increases our selling price of items. I would guess no, but if anyone in chat knows any different, I would be very interested in knowing that, because that would be silly, because then the min-max I mean would, oh, what am I doing? I'm repairing all my weapons. Then you would want to save all your items and not sell them until you have increased your reputation, which seems like a bad game mechanic. So surely that's not how it works. Please tell me that is not how it works. We need ammo. We need broadhead, and we need everything. There, full complement of arrows. But we buy things for cheaper, which is nice. I think it's like a percentage reduction on everything, which is quite nice. And on repair, probably also. Speaking of repairing, maybe we should buy new boots instead. We still don't have... We have the duelist boots, which are actually really good, but we cannot afford them. Alright. So, I need to use the bathroom, but I will be doing at least one more dungeon in this stream, so I will be back in less than 5 minutes. 2 minutes tops. So, let me go and put this one up and say... There is nothing cute about Cthulhu. He will eat your soul, soldier. But yes, it is called the Cthulhu, I think, is how it was spelled. In one word, Cthulhu. And it is a copyrighted piece of art that I have stolen for myself, and I'm using it without consent, so don't tell anyone. And I am working on getting some more proper art, and I will be taking it down at some point. But right now we're using it. Thief stolen. Let's go and sell this bigger sword. Make a sword. Hello, Mr. Schmitty. Do you have money for me? He did. And you go here, alright. Are we ready to delve into the next dungeon? Almost. Let me buy some more food. Let me fill the water skin, and in general, don't forget to get the keyboard down here again, so we spare the rest of it, and then water skin refill. Repair. Oh, I have not repaired the spear. That is very important. Why do I have so little money? Not sure what I bought. Maybe it was just a bad haul, but you also... Oh, did I... No, I bought a skill book before the other dungeon. Oh, I think I accidentally repaired some of the loot in my inventory. That probably cost half my income for this run. Note to self, don't do that. It should say repair, not loot in parentheses. Okay, moving on. Arrows, food, medical supplies. Oh, medical supplies sounds like a good idea to bring. We are now going to the vampire dungeon, and the vampire dungeon is where, like, the dungeon that we just went in was where we started to get challenging, and now the dungeon that we're moving to now is where it starts to get hard. And, I mean, so now I'm running the safest build that I know in the game. We should be fine. But, yeah, it's just something to keep at the forefront of the brain. And then that's it. We have a vivifying essence. Let's go. It's up here, the monastery ruins, and it does say danger high. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. That is some fantastic meat. If you guys haven't tried Danish meat, and I hate that word because it sounds like I'm saying like meat food, but it's meat, the drink. It is a fantastic. And I don't know, I know there's Danish meat and German meat, and they have a big meat production in Germany as well, I know. And they're very proud of theirs. If I say the Danish meat is better, the Germans will scream at me. But I like both. I think Danish meat is generally a little bit sweeter. But I think German have like a wider selection of meats. That's probably not true either. I don't know. I like it all. It is one of my favorite drinks, but it is also super expensive compared to like drinking red wine or a beer. So that is something to keep in mind. And we killed a bunny rabbit on the way to the dungeon. And I lost track. I think we are here. We just go west until we hit a road, and then we are back on track, literally. I still have that nagging feeling that I'm forgetting something, but it probably isn't important then. If you forgot about it, then it wasn't important. Where's the road? Here it is. Perfect. Oh, ambush! For real this time. Alright. How... Oh, and they have an archer. That's where it gets tougher. Yeah. Nothing is worse than being pelted by an archer while you are also fighting melee guys. So let's take cover, like so. Then fight the melee guys. Lightning struck in the very same second I fired the bow there. Oh, we will live. We will live, that is a promise. How do we live? There is a few ways to... I mean, these guys are both broken, battered and broken, but this archer is going to be shooting at me while I finish them off. And it could take a few turns. Oh, he's doing not to shoot. Alright. Oh, here's a plus... No. So here's a spot for the kick. And the kick will push him into the barrier here. With this barrier, it's the edge of the map. And that would stun him, which would buy me another turn. But I'm not buying turns when there's an archer standing next to me firing at me. In fact, I am on a clock here. But it's fine, we got them really quickly. And I murdered them all. Alright, I made it look easy. From Brazil, so I've never drunk Danish or German drinks. Who knows, someday I drink. Okay, but have you never tried, like, mead? Spelled like this. It might, I don't know what it's in. It might need some translation into Spanish. I don't know how to say that in Spanish. So maybe you can use Google Translate to translate it if you don't know the word. But surely you must have something similar in South America. As far as I understand, it is a pretty easy to make drink, I suppose. It's based on honey, and I guess honey... I'm guessing maybe bees and therefore honey production does not exist like in tropical areas, and so you might not like have it at all. This is how little I know. Translated it, okay. Huh. Well, it is a recommend. You should try it out sometime. We find a pair of gloves, which, as far as I can tell, are a bad base item, so even if it's enchanted, I don't think this one's worth it. It could be cursed. There's that small chance that this is a cursed item with some sort of cool curse. For those that don't know, now that we have some new people in the chat, curses in this game are, I say curses are awesome. And the lore behind curses in this game is that, I'm not sure how that works with normal enchanted items, but cursed items are possessed by a demon, and so have... like, that's why they are cursed, and so they are not necessarily bad for you. They will just have this malicious entity inside them that is kind of trying to kill you while you are wearing this powerful piece of equipment that they possess. That's how I remember it anyway. Pretty sure that's the lore behind cursed items in this game. Someone who knows better is, of course, allowed to correct me if I am talking out of my ass, which is entirely possible. But someone, I think, explained that to me, which is kind of cool. And it explains why it isn't like, it's not like cursed to make people bad. It's just like, it's possessed by evil spirits, but powerful spirits, and then they get huge bonuses, but also huge drawbacks, and you have to really think about whether to use something if it is cursed. It's not, the cool thing about it is, it's not just, well, this is cursed, I never want to use this item. There's always that question in your mind, is this benefit worth the drawback? This guy's so dead. Not normal drink. Yeah, beer. Okay, beer is normal everywhere, and wine too. You bring meat pure or with ice? I drink it pure. I don't think I've ever seen anyone drink meat with ice in it. It's actually supposed to be like, it's definitely not supposed to be ice cold. It's supposed to be a little like room temperature, not warm. I suppose you can drink it warm. I think that's the thing. But at least room temperature. Here we get a ring upgrade. Very nice. I forgot to put these arrows in our tavern chest back home. Oh, I think I figured out what it was that I keep thinking that it was something that I had to remember that I needed to do, and that is to figure out why this delay thing is ongoing. I can see it in the background there that it's definitely a long time behind, which I'm not sure how to correct it, but the point is to spend some time after the stream here figuring out how I can combat that. Come on, I think we got him. Aim. Aim. Distracting shot. Aim. Come on, die. Yeah, he went down. Nice. Aim. Shoot at the guy in the back. Now do a piercing shot. Hitting both. Then aim. Shoot at the guy in the back. Okay, how are we looking? This guy's gonna die, and this guy is about to heal now, but we are also getting into melee range here. I'm just gonna fight, it's fine. If we can make this guy blow up, it's gonna damage the other guy. Yes, it worked. Nice. Good fight. Two really hard enemies, but if you bottleneck them just right, you can nullify their effectiveness. So most people drink meat as shots, unless you're a man, then you just drink it from the bottle, or like in a glass. It is pretty strong. I think it's not like supposed to be. Oh no, this one's not that bad. Okay, 10% if we round up, 10% alcohol. I don't know if that's considered much or little by your guys' standards, but it's not that much in terms of spirits. And I'm pretty sure for me that one's pretty low actually. But that is a-okay because it tastes awesome. And so instead of hitting me, this guy lashed himself. to go all berserker rage on me, and then he died. Okay. Come over here. Good. And I'm remembering to check for traps and all the things. It's almost as if I played the game before. Switch. Elusiveness. Smack. Smack. And then we go on. Our first chest in this dungeon. Usually they have really good loot, and no, not this one. There was a point just after one of the updates where this dungeon had like insane loot. That was right after the Troll Slayer came out. They revamped the loot system or something, and this dungeon in particular had like I'm seriously saying insane loot. And I pretty quickly got used to it, which then when they must have changed it again, and then ever since then I've been in this dungeon being like, maybe we get that awesome item now, and it kind of lets me down a little bit, like, oh, we didn't get that awesome armor. Like, I was finding a big ring mail in one chest and then walking to the next one and finding a late game great sword, and then on to the next one finding another great sword. We don't really get that kind of stuff anymore. Those were the good days, man. You drink meat. What is the normal temperature for you? Live where you live. Here's tropical, so 27 to 30. Let me just give you the current temperature. Now it is 10 in the evening, and the temperature says 14. And I think it is on a normal average day between 10 and 20-ish is my estimation. I'm bad at checking the weather because I'm not really an outdoorsy person, so I make the inside temperature whatever I want it to be. But this is the weather forecast that I'm checking. I have it always on my phone here available. And the other thing I wanted to check for you was what meat tastes like. It's based on honey, so it's very sweet, and it kind of tastes like. It tastes like liquid honey with alcohol in it. So if you like it, I mean, of course, it's not like as sweet as pure honey that you put on like food. But it kind of has the same, well, yeah, like sweetness to it. So it is a sweet alcohol for sure. At least. Murder. Okay, that was easy. Next. So it's looking easy right now, but the boss in this dungeon. What level are we? We are level 4, and we are not gonna level before the boss. So I think I can kill the boss. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we should be able to. Okay, now we're in it, boys. We are in it now. Let's. Okay. See, now I screwed it up, right? Because these two guys that came after me they're both really strong. So I had to flee to another floor. And this guy who is gonna come in now, he is the strongest enemy type in this dungeon. And I'm not gonna be able to shoot him with the bow even once. Unless, hold on, I can sidestep. Then he's gonna punch me. So he also gets the first swing, by the way, on this floor. I sidestep, he swings at me, then I can do distracting shot, go 1, 2, then he steps up here, and then I switch weapons. Which means if I do that, I get 1 distracting shot on him. Which is better than nothing. So let's do that. Is there anything else I can do here to improve our odds? Yes. I can eat a flea ward prematurely because it does give us health replenishment and bleed resistance for 30 turns. Oh, except I can't use flea ward when we are not wounded. I see. But we can use... No, we can't do that with healing salve either. Alright. Fair enough. I think I'm going to try my trick here. Sidestep. We got lucky. He didn't hit me. We didn't hit him then. So I can keep kiting, I suppose. And we will get another shot in. I am scared. There's a chance, there's a good chance that we win. But there's also that small chance that he crits on me twice, and then we die. So, here we go. Here's the fight. He's got super good healing abilities, being a vampire. And we're bleeding, and we won. No worries. And so now I'm bleeding. Oh, we have 2 bandages. I'm not going to risk it. Let's just use the bandage when we have 2 of them. Okay. What are you laughing at, Grazosino? I hope something in the game. If I made you laugh, then that's great. No matter what. That's what I'm here for. We are hungry. So, go down. Aim. Shoot this guy in the face. Give him a piercing shot. Come up to the other one. Switch. Step. Elusiveness. And he didn't attack. That bastard. Here we can try the mighty kick. And we'll try the mighty kick. Hey, and we knocked him into the wall, stunning him. And then he's dead. Nice. Okay. So far so good. I just want to get that boss without too much of a hassle. And then life will be a-okay. Use a trap. Okay. And so we've covered this before. If you have a trap, you can lure enemies onto it, like so. And it makes the game significantly easier. Like so. And so now we are going to be using that against the boss, because I can. And I suppose with the new update I shouldn't be able to do that anymore, and so the fair test would be to not do it. For the little enemies, though, it doesn't matter, might as well, just to speed it up, because we are going to beat those guys. The big boss, I should... So I gotta actually be able to beat him without using the trap. Because with the update, I won't have the trap. Yeah. Switch. Murder. Got there. Two parts water for each honey sounds about right, yeah. It's like water down honey with alcohol in it, which is really weird. It is kind of good. It is like a liquor. It is a liquor. They're gonna charge the LA, I think. They're gonna... Yeah, we can't change the AI so that we won't be able to abuse traps in the way that I'm doing it here. And I'm aware of that, and that's why we're not going to do it against the boss. That's going to be the test then. I'm not going to do it against the boss. We're going to beat him. I'm not going to call it fair and square, because I'm still going to kite him with my abilities, but we're not going to have him walk on top of the trap. Like I normally would. Because that is the test of the build that we are doing. And I should be able to beat him without it. Him or her. Oh, wait, what? Oh, there's an enemy here, huh? There's no enemy here. Why is it stopping? Because there was an enemy. One of the weakest types, and down he goes. Out with bow, rest up, because there might be a boss on the other side of this door. Okay. And we should make sure to, in fact, heal all the way up. Okay, and we are in pain, so that's actually... I should slow down. Trap is in the game to kill or you and only you. Yeah, I see what you mean. Kratosino. It is, I've always thought it was silly that we could make them step onto the traps. And I'm happy that they're changing it. Uh-oh. There's an entire other floor. We might actually level before the boss. So I am gonna go and clear this one first. Just on the off chance. Look at that lining up. How kind. Elusiveness. Murder. Come down this way. And there's a door here. Alright. Technically 250 experience is not impossible if there's a lot of enemies on the next floor, so we might still level. It is not unfair to use. Okay, really? Yeah. Alright. There's arguments for both sides. I've always said that if you make a stupid AI, you must also make it stronger to balance the game. And so, like, in terms of stats. And so once you make the AI smarter, then you need to rebalance your monsters again in order to balance the game again, because now you have smart enemies that you made stronger because they were previously stupid. Now the game balance is wrong. You gotta make them weaker then. Here's another trap. And so, hopefully, when they rebalance them and make them smarter, they will also do something about their general power level and stats. At least that is my theory. Let's come down. Oh, there's a chest right here. I already opened it. Alright. So clearly I knew. Come over there. Eat the food. Switch to the bow. Do the motions. Drink the water. Open the door. And there's a bat. Okay, 230 XP needed to level up. I don't think we're getting that level up before the boss. The boss. Unfortunate, but such is life. This is the boss room. I have a nose for those kinds of things. Alright, so... How do... I think... I do want to kite a little bit here. Let's just do it. Start it here. If I reload and then shoot, it will be in melee range. How are we doing? 78. This guy only has melee, so yeah, I mean... This is how I would play safe against him, so I'm just gonna do it. Now he's bleeding. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, I think we are fighting now. Yeah, okay, so then I got lucky and immobilized him. Lol. Yeah, I mean, okay. Clearly I am just a god. Dervin is a god. A god. God of Stoneshard. Oh, and here's a chest and a rabbit build. Okay. Whatever. Oh, what a lockpick. There's another chest in here. Still a chance for some good loot. Drum roll. Nah. This is a quest item. Not a good item. I mean, it is a good item, but we will... We find the athletics treatise 4. Oh. I have had that before, but I've never had any skills in it. So athletics in here. We still need athletics treatise 3 if we wanted to go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna get anything here in this run anyway, but it's at least worth considering, especially for the new update where we will be able to go to higher levels. It would be interesting maybe to go deep in the athletics tree. You like the theory? Because example, ambush, they will stay around you instead of at one at a time. If they continue in the same strength, you will die more. Exactly. Exactly. We are on the same wavelength, Ketu. I'm your Credo. Can I can call you Credo. I hope that's okay. That's easier. Credo. We are of the same mind. I'm just gonna take what we got and go back home. It's fine. Let me see. We are... Yeah, so we should go a little bit more diagonal than I did on the way here. And so this is going to be the end of the stream, because I can feel that, I was about to fall asleep earlier when I was preparing, like, resting in between the Hades stream and this one, but I kept on cracking, and I think I made it through, but now I can feel that coming on again. So, it's been a good stream. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Of Stoneshard per week. Oh, wolf is spotted. Oh no, okay. Don't die on the way back to town at the end of the episode. That would be bad. Let's try not to do that. Yeah. Got away from the wolves. Alright. And so, the only thing that we have to say at the end is check on Thursday. I have no time or reference, but you can see on the Stoneshard Discord whether or not the update is coming out, and if the update is coming out, then you should assume that Keejchen is streaming, Or if you want, you can always join my Discord channel and come in there and have some fun. We talk about various games that I'm playing. I'm gonna go and post a link. I do that every once in a while. It's been a while since I have dropped it in the thing, so why not? And in my own Discord server, I post whenever I go online, so you're up to date on the streams and what other shenanigans I'm getting up to with other streamer friends and so on and so forth. And so yeah, if you are interested in that kind of thing, here you go. And then hopefully, knock on wood, we will be streaming Thursday the 24th. And if not, if there's no update, then we'll just continue this run next Saturday, same time. And I'll keep doing that until the update comes out. Same as always. And then during the week coming up, by the way, I am definitely going to be streaming some Hades. If you haven't checked out Hades, I have a video on Twitch right now, and I have the same video coming up on YouTube. It's being uploaded as we speak, and it's taking a while because it was like 6 hours, I think. But that is a fantastic game. So whenever I'm not playing Stoneshard throughout the week, I'll probably be playing Hades if I have time and capacity to stream. And so with those words, I am gonna go to bed in the game, but also out of the game, and it's kind of poetic in that way. Thank you to Kratos and Sortier for the conversation. It is amazing to have you guys here. And then I will say good night, and that's it. I'm losing words. I think we ended right at the right point, because if I had done another dungeon, I would surely start raving like a madman. I'm gonna end the stream, so see you guys around, and take care.